Hello everyone, Blaster here again. Yes, I am still alive, bringing you another video that I'm sure will find interesting if you play Heroes, or maybe not so much because you will be looking at a screen right now and be confused as hell, asking me like, what the hell is this? This is not Hero, this is just Fiendsmith with maybe some Hero sprinkled here and there. How is this going to work? And for the most part you will be correct, but you would also be surprised by how well these two engines synergize with one another ever since the release of the new Evil Hero support back in Supreme Darkness, and now it's getting even stronger with the release of the new set called Alliance Insight. And the card that is going to make this particular strategy stronger is the newly released Evil Hero Vicious Claws. And I know this may sound a little bit disappointing for a lot of Hero players, because one of the reasons why they play Heroes is because they want to play a road deck. That means they want to play like an underdog strategy that is good enough to fight against the current meta decks on an even ground and even be able to beat them at their own game, right? The issue is that, as I've been telling you guys in my previous videos, if you have watched them, is that I don't think Pure Hero is a viable strategy anymore. Not that it was any kind of top tier strategy, mind you, but it was competent enough on previous formats to actually beat your opponent if they were playing a meta deck. But the issue is that Konami has shaped the game in such a way that one card combos are way too important now, and you really need to play multiple hand traps to stop your opponent from going way too crazy, otherwise you stand no chance going second and such. So I'm afraid that this is as good as it's going to get for Heroes, or anything that has Hero attached to their name, until we actually know what the new Masked Hero support is all about. We have to wait and see what is Konami willing to fix about the current iteration of Heroes, but in the meantime, this is as good as it's going to get. And I guess the old saying is true. You either die a hero or live long enough to become yourself the villain. And hey, I think it's a very fitting theme for this particular deck, because that is what it's essentially all about, right? So before starting, I want to make this clear that I am not the creator of this particular version. In fact, this was created by the one and only JadenBR. I don't think he needs any kind of introduction. I think most people would consider him not only a hero player, but the hero player. I'm going to do something that I usually don't do, which is going to be linking down in the pinned comment section below some of his videos showcasing this particular version of the deck, because what I'm going to show you right now is the combo tutorial. I'm going to show you how the deck flows, how you build the board with the different one card starters that this deck has. Like, this deck is crazy in the sense that every single card that starts a play ends on the board that you always want to end, which is crazy to me. Like, it feels like it was designed to be this way. And before we start, remember guys that you like the content that you see, please like, share, and subscribe. But if you are not doing any of that, at the absolute least, please leave me a comment, because I always love reading your feedback. So with that said, now that everything is out of the way, let's just get started. And as you guys know, if you have seen my previous videos, you know that I say one replay for each opener the deck has and how that translates into the end board. But for this particular case, because I don't want to make the video longer than it should, I'm just going to show you the most important ones, because once you see like the main combo, I feel like you have seen them all. It's just a matter how you turn that opener into one of the flow pieces of the particular combo. So we have time to see the combo that the very JadenBR has sent me, so you can also take ideas if you want to play the Fiendsmith version in a particular way, or maybe you want to play into a more hero-focused version of the deck. So let's just get started. The opener here is going to be Elemental Hero Stratos and nothing else. And the reason why this is a one-card combo is because of the newly released Evil Hero Vicious Claws, and because Vicious Claws has no restriction. I repeat, it has no restriction attached to its special summon, unlike previous hero support that opens the gate for so many combo ideas. and the one that we're going to show you is making the two bodies into Moon of Close Heaven, and that turns into full Fiendsmith combo. But that's not the only thing that this combo makes, because once you get into the Aerial Ether part of the combo, you send one Fiend monster from your deck to the graveyard, and because most of the evil hero support is Fiend type monsters, that means that it also ties back into the hero part, and this will let you end on an additional disruption that is not, let's say, available for a regular Fiendsmith version. Because you're gonna special summon the Dead and Prison, send the Shadow Mist is gonna search for Adusted Gold searches for Dark Contact, you fuse, summon Inferno Wing Backfire, and you search the target negate anything in Dark Supremacy. Let's say it's like Desiree, but without needing to summon the Desiree. And you continue the combo. Mid-combo you get the Trap Fiendsmith in Paradise, which is going to be a discard fodder for the Muckracker from the Underworld, sorry. And then you special summon a Fiend monster from your graveyard, which has to be a level 6, because we're going to special summon the Aerial Ether by banishing the Sharbara and the Inferno Wing Backfire, because they are both fire attribute. They are Fiend monsters with the same attribute. So we can also end on the DDD High King Wade Caesar, right? Which is also a disruption for this particular end board. And just like that, one card became like 1, 2, 3, 4 disruptions, because the Trap Engraver becomes also a disruption whenever you send the Desiree from your extra deck to the graveyard, because whenever it is sent that way, you can send one card from your opponent, non-target, sending one card into the graveyard. And honestly, for just one card, I feel this is really crazy, because you could also add hand traps into this disruption board, and I feel like it's going to be really hard for your opponent to overcome it. And the next combo is going to be whenever you open Fiendsmith Engraver. The combo changes a little bit, because now you don't have to summon the Moon of Close Heaven, but rather you summon the Fable Lurry, and then you go off of that. And like I said, now that you saw the previous combo, it flows mostly the same, just some aspects of it changes a little bit, but the end board is going to be exactly the same as before. So like I said, you end on the Muckracker being a protection for your Fiend monsters. Also you end on the Unchained Self of Rage, which whenever you pair up with like the Trap, is an additional disruption, or you can use it as a link away from your opponent's monsters, and then you could summon also the SP Little Knight from your extra deck, so it also functions as an additional disruption. But not only that, the cool synergy, additional synergy of this deck with like this part of the deck is that if you have the Vicious Claws in your graveyard, whenever you activate the trap to pop one of your Fiend monsters, it also triggers the Vicious Claws engrave, so it also acts as an additional disruption. Although that effect is a once per duel effect, which is, I feel, is really silly from Konami making it a once per duel clause, but it's still a really good disruption to take into consideration. And like I said, there are several other one-card combos that are, there are different variations of what I have shown you already. So I'm going to link you down into the description below all the possibilities, so we can see the, let's say, the ultimate opener that is a Hero Lives. I mean, if Stratos alone was a one-card combo, that means that Hero Lives is an even better one-card combo, because you don't have to spend your normal summon to make that entire board. But the cool thing about a Hero Lives is that because you save that normal summon, you can make the High King, like the DDDD High Weight King Caesar, before you commit to your main play, so you can prevent Nibiru the Primal Beam. And this is a combo courtesy of JadenBR, so I hope that you guys enjoy it. So yeah, this is how you end the board with only hero leaves, and I know it may sound weird because we technically ended on less, but the thing about this is that you take into consideration that the Lacrima, the Crimson Tears, is also an effect that can be triggered on your opponent's turn from the graveyard, and by doing that, you can also recycle the Crimson Tears and then dump the trap in grave. So you also get that disruption, right? And I know this may sound like it's less than before, but just take into consideration that Vicious Claws in grave is also disruption. So whenever you activate the trap to pop the Unchained Solo Rage, you also trigger the Vicious Claws in your graveyard, and you also have the Fiendsmith in Paradise as a disruption. Honestly, for me, this is so crazy, the amount of disruption that you have for just one card in your hand, and that card is just Hero Lives. So if one card alone is that strong, what happens when you start combining more starters, right? If you open Hero Lives and Adusted Gold, this is what you can get. By doing Hero Lives first, like I said, you're going to summon the DDD Wave High King Caesar before your 5th summon, so that means that your opponent is forced to like Nibiru is not a problem for this version of the deck, which I feel like it's really strong. Like, it's not going to be enough. You have to play other hand traps and multiple to make any kind of dent for this strategy. And then again, really strong opener because you still have, as before, everything that we had before, but now because we also use like the Duke of Demise, you also have Sharbara as a way to dodge something if that ever comes relevant, or you don't have to rely to have like the Unchained Solo Rage in your hand so you can activate the trap. I feel like that is really strong. And last but not least, I have one additional replay that involves a more hero-focused version of the deck. That all of these past combos have been courtesy of JadenBR, and I just want to thank him for letting me show this to you. Okay. So yeah, this is going to be very special because in this particular case, we're sending Vision Hero Bion directly into the graveyard, and this is going to sound really weird because you really don't get anything special by doing this. But the thing that we're going to do right now is summon the link for Abauku, the Lightless Shadow. I'm sorry for my butchered pronunciation, but you know this card has an additional effect where you discard a card from your hand, which is going to be the most Tramifulo, so you can special summon what either light or dark monster from your graveyard, no restriction attached to it. So that means that we're going to be special summoning the Vision Hero Bion and then go full hero combo from there, and actually a hero combo from there, because we're going to fuse into Sunrise, getting the Miracle Fusion, summoning the Infernal Rage, getting the favorite contact, and then making SP Leo Knight, recovering the Abauku, and then summoning the Fiendsmith sequence with Lacrima the Crimson Tear, so we can use it as a link material for IP Mascarina, so we can summon the SP Little Knight as an additional disruption. And I know, because this sounds so much worse, because I mean, let's be real, this is less disruption than before, but you get to summon the hero part of the deck, right? If you want to do that. So this is what I had to show you right now. Just so you know, I feel like this deck and the strategy has not yet been fully optimized, so take this as a starting point, right? So you can know what the deck can do, so you can also bring your own ideas if you want to mess with it, right? This is like the build that I would recommend you to play. You could change some cards like the Nutcracker for the Abawaku. The only issue is that if you do so, I feel like that is a more expensive summon. Like, I mean, not only expensive in the sense that the card is expensive, because it is, but also it requires more resources to summon than the Nutcracker from the underworld. If you were interested in the last replay, this is the version that JadenBR sent me, so you can build it accordingly. I don't know if you want to do this, but if you want to build it, go ahead. So this is going to be everything I had to show you today, and I hope that you guys liked it. And remember, big shout out to JadenBR. Please visit him on his channel. I'm going to link down some of his videos where he's showcasing this particular version, so you can know how well it performs against meta decks. I really believe that this is the best hero is going to have for now. This is as good as is going to get for heroes. And I hope that you guys liked it. Remember, like, share, and subscribe, and all that good stuff. And this is Lester signing out. Have a nice week.